evening and Happy New Year. Welcome to the Valour Cafe, the place where we discuss the real life issues over a cup of tea. The Valour Cafe is a production of the men's wing of the New Life Assembly, Algeria, Turkey, where we talk about real life issues and how to navigate them. Issues ranging from spirituality to relationship, family, finances, social and cultural values. And today we'll be talking this deep and insightful topic, which is the man in the mirror. What is the man in the mirror? Are we talking about you just going to the mirror and stand? No, we are reviewing the man, the qualities of a man, the strength of a man, the belief of a man, the weakness of a man, and the struggles of the man. And discussing this insightful, deep topic with me this evening is my brother. He's an educationist, a philanthropist, and an entrepreneur, Mr. Francis. You're welcome, sir. And also sitting here with us tonight is my good friend. Is a philanthropist, a football coach, Mr. Uyi, the CEO of Uyi Bay Enterprise. You're welcome, sir. Thank you for coming to the show this evening. And Happy New Year. Hey, how was the celebration, the Christmas and everything?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, I can see. All right, the man in the mirror. Mr. Francis, I'm going to start with you. Let's review the man. We know the man is a symbol of authority. The man symbolizes strength. The man symbolizes authority, dominance, and the rest. And we are saying that there are weaknesses of this man. The man is the strength of a nation. The man is the strength of a society. The man is the pillar in the church also. That's the man. Now, and we are going to bring out weaknesses of this same strength. Now, I don't know if you can maybe help us to bring out the strength and how also it relates to the weakness. How can you, this man, he has strength, he has weakness. How do we judge that, sir?
Once again, thank you for having me, Mr. Momoh. And okay, before I move further to explaining the strength and the weakness of the man, I love the word the topic which talks about the man and the mirror, who this man is. Yeah, the Bible in Genesis 1:26, which I believe each and every one of us know, when God created man, he said, we make man in our own image and likeness.
Yeah.
And moving further to that same scripture, you see that man was given power, the authority to dominate. So now, when we're talking about the strength of a man and the weakness of a man, what is that strength and what is this weakness? The strength of a man, it's the characteristics, or will I say the attribute, what consider him positive. Those things in a man that actually make him positive, that brings the best out of the man. And then talking about the weakness of the man is the opposite of it, which has to do with the same qualities,
the same qualities of this
that
man
makes him negative, or those things that actually affect his human nature. Now, moving further to talking about what is those qualities, or what are those strengths in him, like he mentioned about the man being having authority and everything. Now, leadership is one of the strength of a man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, every man, just as the Bible I quoted, man to dominate, which means man is actually created to lead.
Yes.
And when he's there, he's just there to lead and make sure that things are done rightly. And moving further, there are other attributes of man. Now, talking about me personally, I would also say as a man, yes, I am a man, and one of the things about me is still about the responsiveness of me to people. When I am responsive to people, how do I lead the people? How do I see that people's well-being are met? Now, I am not Father Christmas, quite alright, but I'm trying to lay down some facts here. As a man, as a leader, born leader, what am I there to do? Is to guide, to see that those things in man, in a fellow human, either man or woman, are taken care of. Then the other attribute of a man, that other things that brings out the strength of a man, which I believe we'll talk about here. But one of them, like I said, is leadership.
Sorry, Mr. Francis, I'll still come. I'm staying with you. You talked about empathy, like the emotions. I want us to dwell on that a little bit, on this strength and weakness a little bit. So I will remain with you. Now, there's the strength of a man, like you listed, leadership, empathy, and in that strength lies the weakness.
Yeah, sure.
In the strength lies the weakness of man. For example, and someone that is emotional. To be emotional is not bad, right? But it can be a weakness.
Of course.
Yes. Now, in every of this strength, now I don't know. In every of this strength, there is this weakness that lies there. So the greatest of men, are you saying they are weak now? Because I will give you some example. For a strength, when a man is very logical, like a man is logical, very logical. He is so logical. Now let's talk about logic. Logically, this is how it's supposed to be, and people will say he lacks empathy, but he's just being logical. Now, being logical is a strength. Let me still bring another one to you again. When he's goal driven, he can be goal driven. I'm sticking to my budget. I'm getting to a goal. I'm going to this place. I'm not going to bend to this place. If I'm not going to bend here, if anything comes that is not here, I'm not going to do it because I have a goal. And if I deviate from this thing, I won't get there. And people say he's greedy.
Mr. Momoh, if I can.
I'm coming. Let me. I need to. I'm coming.
Just quickly contribute.
No, I'm coming. Just a minute, sir. I'm coming. Don't worry. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. Just a moment. I want to finish with him first. I will come to you. I'm in the strength lies the weakness. So the greatest of man is also the weakest of man. Is that what it is, sir?
Well, yes. I think in the course of going to researching, or would I say preparing for this show today, one thing I actually came across now, I see that now the strength of a man is revealed in confronting his weakness, and yet that weakness happens to be his enemy. Now, like you made mention about in the strength of a man still lies in his weakness, and you mentioning the empathy here, yes,
when it's logical, they say he lacks empathy. When it's goal driven, they say it's greedy.
Is it empathy on a family?
No. Just to every aspect of it. We're not talking about the family now. In every aspect of his life, it's.
That's what I want to know.
No, not about the family.
Now,
not about the family.
That's why I want to drill in and ask which area.
No, not about the family. Now, just generally about the man generally. Yes, sir. So I should
okay.
say.
Now, thank you so much. Now, you see, I made mention about leadership in the strength of a man. And now you bringing in the logical aspect. Of course, every man ought to be, every leader. Now we're talking about leadership because I mentioned about the strength of the man.
Yeah.
Leader. Every leader is meant to be logical because there are times you apply the logic nature so that you can be able to sustain, or will I say manage situations. Because when you are not logical in some certain things, you end up that thing you call a strength turns out to
just like Solomon, King Solomon, when they brought that baby, those women were saying, "It's my child, it's my child." Logically, okay, let's divide the baby, and that was a logic reasoning. Let's divide the baby, and you take one. The one who the baby was not has, like, yeah, this guy is the right guy.
She knew that she has nothing to do.
Yes. Now the one who the baby, this man lacks empathy. You want to kill my child? Though he was able to succeed in that because at the end he got the right decision. Okay, this is not your child. But there are some other issues. Sorry, sir. This topic is very, 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 very deep. Very, very deep. Because where lies your strength? That's where the weakness is. But there's a thin line, like the Bible says, if they break, he that breaks the edge, the serpent will bite. That means there's a thin line between this strength and that weakness. I'm coming to you now, Mr. Uyi. I'm coming to you now, and my question to you, sir, is there's another. We'll come to that because I don't want us to just go very, very, very deep because of our time. We don't have much time tonight. This is 2024. We need to set some rules. Keep to time. Man in the mirror. So, Mr. Uyi, which part of a man? Now we're talking about where lies your strength, lies your weakness. Every man has a strength. Every man has the weakness. Identifying your weakness and identifying your strength makes you the man that you really are. Like Mr. Francis said, when you confront your weakness, you get with your strength. Now, as a family man, sir, which of these will you show to your wife? Should your wife know your strength and your weakness, or your wife should just know your strength, should not know your weakness, or should know your weakness and not your strength, or none of the above, sir?
Thank you for having me here, Mr. Momoh.
Thank you.
And to answer to that question, if I got opportune, to have a woman, I do.
You have a woman, sir. You have a wife.
I'm talking about in general.
Okay.
To have a bad woman. When you are talking about weakness, everybody has a weakness. It's an addict.
Yes.
We are stuck with it. The prayer we are all praying for to have a good woman. Even when she knew your weakness, she will not use it against you. That is very vital.
Sir, don't point something now. Pin that. Let's pin that. The weakness. He said the woman should not use the weakness against you. Now, the woman can use the weakness against you. So should we let them know our weakness, our weak points? Or we should just lock up and form agidi, I'll be man, nothing they do me. I know the grief for everybody. Big chest. You understand?
As a man,
yeah.
We are all addicted to our thoughts. Yes. What confess in our thoughts is what we want to exhibit. We want to be the man of the house. A smart woman make a smart move to let it be. If you let your man be the man of the house, you respect him as the man of the house, your relationship gonna be forever.
So as a man, are you going to show your wife your weakness? Like you said, a bad woman should know it's against you. A bad woman.
Also let the bad woman know your weakness.
How will you know the woman is bad when she's your wife?
Let me tell you the truth.
How will you know she's bad? You understand?
Listen, my brother. We all know. We know what we are getting into.
Are you sure? Are you serious?
Believe me. Some of us, we are driven away by beauty. We are lost. This girl have this one who is beautiful.
We are going to scatter.
Let me
tables are scattering tonight.
Yeah, let me go for this beautiful thing. I don't want to look at the character. Who cares? And later she will change. You now let her in. By the time she come in, you got married to her. Do you know what called marriage? It's a tag. It's a glue. The woman know everything about you. Your in and out.
Your strength and your
What
weakness.
if you got married to a bad woman?
You
are dead. You are dead. So we are all praying to have a good woman, even when she knew your weakness.
Brother,
she will never use it against you.
Brother, pray.
And she also have to keep you first. Your man first. Yes. Before anything, you have to respect your man if you want that relationship to last.
Now what you're saying is the woman, as she knows your strength, she should know your weakness. But
I disagree, my brother.
No,
you know that you got married to a bad wife, a bad woman,
then the man is dead.
She will. If you later, maybe you fall victim. Some people do not know at the beginning. If paraventure happens that way, there are certain things she will know in your life for you to stay alive. Yeah, there are certain things you have to, as in, hide it.
Mr. Francis, it's like God has to come. Christ, let the world just end.
Yes.
Because this is a struggle. Now, to you, sir. This struggle of man existing. As a man, you are a leader in your house. You are a leader in the community. You're a leader in society. You're a leader in your office. You're a leader in your church. And there's this weakness. And you know the strongest part of a man's life is at home. The weakest part of a man's life is still at home. That is, he can die at home, easily die at home, than he can easily die outside. Like what Mr. Oyi said, a bad woman, a bad woman will use your weakness against you. And now, when you get to that point,
Sir, I'm still going to contribute.
I'm coming. I'll come to you, sir. Okay. I'll come to you, sir. When you get to that point that you are struggling against like you're swimming against the tide, against letting your guard down, like, I don't know if this woman is going to appreciate, because to me, what I feel, the woman should celebrate your strength, and your weakness should be her strength.
Yeah.
Your weakness should be her strength. Where you are weak is where she should come in and help you. That's why the Bible says, women, the wife is the helpmate. Now, in this struggle of, I don't know, I'm not sure. Now, I want to keep this weakness to myself, and there's a big struggle. You know, it's a struggle.
Yeah.
Are you going to make the ends meet? You're going to feed the family? You want to be reasonable in the society, not to lose your mind. And you go to church, you want to be spiritual and still raise the holy hands and say hallelujah. And you go back home and, oh, how do I? Now, in the struggle, the last edition of Valour Cafe, we talked about depression and untimely death and how relationship and economy has led to it. So, sir, is there any way you can see a man walk through the struggle all by himself, not letting his wife know, feeling if his wife knows his weakness, is letting his guard down? Is that supposed to be right, sir?
Well, first of all, now, in the course of my research, I actually came across a caption that when a man loves a woman, she becomes her weakness. And then when a woman truly loves the man, it becomes the strength, which is kind of called when a man loves a woman, she becomes his weakness. Yes. And when a woman loves the man, truly loves the man, she becomes his strength. Okay. Women now wanna hand our life. I'm coming. Let him finish, sir. I will come back.
I don't think that the woman will love the man. No. If the man if a man now, for instance, or a man love a woman, he can love that woman 150%. If you want to give it a cut-off mark. But if a woman love you, if a good woman love you, he can love you more than infinity, no problem. But if a woman, a bad woman, there's bad woman, don't paint it.
Mr. Francis.
When you have a good woman, you will never have a weakness. When you say I'm weak, no, she will support you.
Wow.
She will not let people know that this man is weak. No, she will pass. She has to cover that space. The bad ones, do you know what they will do? For them to patch it, they will go out there, be shouting, "He's a stupid man." For you as a woman to insult a man, you are not a woman. You are an insult to the women, the good ones. Why will you insult a man as a woman? There's a two difference between man and a woman.
Mr. Francis, I'll come. Wait, sir, just please.
Okay. When I used that the caption I said I came across about the man loving the woman and there becoming his weakness, and the woman that becomes her strength. Now you see, every man has emotion. Every human has emotion. Yes. Now,
yes.
In a man, the role of emotion plays more in the man, more than, because that is where that love he laid down his personality as a man, in order to see that his role as a leader is well taken care of.
What if the man is taking care of his own position as a man of the house, the woman is not helping issues? What will you do? Are you going to kill yourself because someone is not acting right? You want to measure, okay, let me try to patch it up. By tomorrow, everything will be fine.
No. That's the problem.
Time. You said may find. He said may rest where they found peace. I don't know if you get that. Do you know what called peace? Peace is not something you can buy with money. The only person that can give you a peace is your soulmate. Who is this soulmate? Is it not your wife? Your wife should be the reason why you should be happy, smiling, not terrified. Stress. Do you know what a man life normally is a struggle? Yeah, we are born to struggle as a man. But when we have a queen by our side, do you know what it is for you to call a woman my queen? Do you think it's all relationship outside there? You say after they talk with yourself on the phone, I love you. I will say after they end the call, say, honey, I love you. The woman will say, I love you too. Do you think that kind of thing still existing?
Sir, sir, just hang on a minute. You know, when I use the word love, man loving a woman, we're not talking about the picture LOVE, love we're talking about. The status, the duty of a man. Okay. Man are born to love, which is, man are born to take up their responsibility and to see that things are done right. Now, let us not go out of the scriptural part. When God created man, he first created man and gave man dominance. And then he found that it's not wise for man to be alone. He created woman. When woman came, God was not the one that said, this is your wife. Man, I truly identified that, yes, she is my wife. You understand me?
For this
and then the Lord, now hang on a minute, sir.
Mr. Uyin, just hold on. Just don't worry. I'll come to that. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him bring that. No, don't worry. We'll come to that.
When he saw the woman, I said, yes, this is the bone of my bone. Love comes in.
Eve, right?
Yes, love actually came into being. That yes, there started his weakness, because he has to be emotional about his wife. He has to see that things are done right. I believe if you know much of that scripture in Genesis, the book of Genesis 1-2, you see that even the fall of a man, the fall of man is as a result of the weakness of man, which is his emotion.
Emotions, yeah.
Emotion, yeah.
That is why when I say a man loving a woman, it becomes his weakness. And the woman turns out to be the strength. I don't doubt you when you use the word marrying a good woman. Of course, in the society we live today, you're 100% correct. When you marry a good woman, you actually will prosper. That is why I also say that because when a woman, hang on a minute, when a woman loves a man genuinely, that becomes his strength. And that is why you see that weakness of a man turns out to become his strength.
Yeah, we are talking.
I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Now let us not digress to the question he asked about the struggles of life. Is it that why do man find difficult to hide those things away from the woman? Now, I want us to understand something. Man is more concerned about his image in the society. Man cannot afford to, in quotes, a man that really knows he's a man cannot afford to lay down his image in the society. His status as a man, his status as a leader, he can't afford to lay it down. That is why you see men hiding most of their weaknesses to see that they are able to attain that status or to maintain their positions. So many men, not every man actually, but many men that really know they are men try as much as they can to see that they maintain their status. Because as a man, you cannot see your woman or your wife struggling, or the things that you as a man ought to do, you are not doing it. What happens? He started seeing your weakness. You feel like that you're not capable enough. You feel like that comes in what I call it comparison. You know, also to me, when I said I also saw that to be the weakness of a man. When a woman comparing a man that can you see this person? Look at this, look at your fellow human, you know, that also brings in your self-criticism. You see yourself, you're not man enough, you're not man up enough. So you see most men actually hide all these things to see that the only position projects their strengths. I'm the man of the house. I know who I am. Trying all means to cover up, to meet up the time, or to meet up what has been given to him.
Hallelujah. Praise God. It's getting hot. Can you see the sweat? It's getting hot. It's getting hot. Rich is getting this place. I'm coming, sir. I'm coming, sir. It's really getting hot. You can see I'm sweating. You can see. Though I'm drinking tea, but in the winter, we are in winter here, and I'm sweating. It's hot here. The weakness of a man. The weakness of a man is much. Where lies the strength, lies the weakness.
Yes.
Where lies the strength, lies the weakness. But I want to say this. One of the interesting things about human being is that personality traits can cut both ways. What might be a strength can also manifest as a weakness. That's what we've been trying to say here. Yes. What can be a strength can also manifest as a weakness, depending on the situation of whether the character is unable to manage it. That is the thin line we've been talking about. A character might be brave, but that can also lead them to recklessness. They might be idealistic, but it can also make them naive. So it depends on how people can manage. Brother, you are strong. That weakness you are seeing there, I'm financially, I'm not financially buoyant. This thing is happening to me. This one is here. That's your complaint. That is where your strength is. Look beside you. Your strength is there. And as a wife at home, a spouse, a fiancé, anyone, listen, you are meant to be the strength of your man. You are not that you are carrying the man on your, not that you are carrying the man on your head.
You see, when you come up with this, Adam and Eve was not a good woman. You see why they said, do not lose the spark. That's the star. Now, the star that made you. Adam refused to listen. He refused to listen. He was taken away by the attraction. Eve was too fine. Maybe, I don't know. I wasn't there at that time. I don't know. I don't know what took the attraction.
His emotion.
All right.
Emotion means,
gentlemen.
Listen, that emotion is emotionally in love. Just say it that way.
Gentlemen.
But you shouldn't be in love with someone that is not rightful yours. We are making a mistake.
All right, sir. Gentlemen, let's move forward. Yes, like as we have been saying, it's really, really hot here. Very, very hot. You know, you need to understand, like I said earlier, the strength, where your strength, that's where lies your weakness, lies your strength. Where lies your strength, lies your weakness. All right, Mr. Francis, going forward, this is the beginning of a new year. Now, definitely there are going to be struggles. There will be victories. There will be failures. Yes, it's permitted in life. Now, what are your plans? What are the strategies? What are those things you do as a man to navigate? How do you prepare people's life? What advice do you give to them to be able to navigate this wave of life?
Okay, I'll start from that word, what are your plans? And which happens to be the first thing as a man, how you can be able to navigate the year. The year is actually fresh. Yes, we're just starting the year, even though it has gone a bit. So one of the things is for you to plan. As a leader, as a man, every man wants to be seen and always identified by who they are. In a layman thing, I call it like Odogu. You want to be identified.
Odogu.
So now, you want to maintain your dignity as a man. So you have to plan. Planning for yourself also plans for others. So you have to plan, set a pace. What are those things that you're set to achieve in this year? And also, your weaknesses, those things you call your weaknesses. Now, we fail to add another weakness in a man, which also we talked about pride. Pride in every man. Look at all these things, how you as a man.
Shall we come back to, we're coming there. let's talk about that plan and strategy.
Okay.
We're going to talk about that pride when we come about struggles and victories. Which of them defines you? We're going to come about like what defines a man, struggles or his victories. We're coming there, so just leave that pride there. Now let's talk about the plan and the strategy for the year.
Of course, it's actually what I'm talking about now. We talked about the pride aspect. Every man, you got to lay down your ego to push forward. Feel like, I call it, so many things are hidden on your shoulder. Things are on you to achieve. So you ought to plan. You ought to make priorities of those things you set to achieve in this year. If you're a businessman, what are the plans in making sure that your business is moving forward as a career person? Now, I don't need to tell you what you ought to do, because I believe you must have set a plan for the year. So those things that you feel, these are the areas in which God is leading in your heart to achieve. Do them, put them in order. And like I said, put your ego down. Don't feel nothing is too small, nothing is too big. Those little things you think they are little might turn out to be big. And those things you think they are the big ones, you ought to go for it. You might end up making mistakes and it crumbles at the peak of it. So please lay down your ego, go for what is right and what is meaningful, to see that you maintain your status and at least you protect your dignity.
Thank you very much. God bless you, sir. Mr. Uyi, I know you have seen, maybe in your life or somebody, you have seen the struggles. You have seen how people struggle, how man struggles.
Yeah.
Now, what is that? If you are going to talk to your son, if you're going to tell him about life as a man, my son, what are those things you're going to tell him? That when he meets up, like this thing, you must meet it. Like there is problem.
Okay, Mr. Momoh. You know, in my life is a struggle. You know, and addition to that, as a man, you need to be creative. When you are creative, you will never lack. Yeah. It's like what we're talking about, our woman, a woman you got married to. She's also supposed to be supportive. You see all these things we have been deliberating on. If you have a woman, do you know, Bible speak about it. Who found a wife found a good thing. As a man, you cannot do it all by yourself. Physically, emotionally, a lot is going on. There are a lot of things I cannot say. We all know what is happening here now. Everywhere, even Turkey, Nigeria, all over the world. It's not really easy when you come to that struggle. The only thing that will make the world see that you are really struggling is when you have a bad wife.
Mr. Oya has really emphasized on this term,
That's
bad wife. Sister, are you a good wife or a bad wife? A good wife is the strength of a husband. The bad wife is the weakness of the husband. Finally, one from you, Mr. Francis. This is, maybe it's going to be deep. What defines you? What defines a man? The struggle or the victories? The pride or the ego?
No.
The odogu or that's humble?
What, if I can answer that question, I would like it.
Okay, you will contribute to it.
Now, I think
Mr. Oyi is on full
Yes,
throttle. He's
I
going,
guess.
giving us big. Hey, Mr. Oyi, welcome, sir. I'm telling you, it's been wonderful. All right, Mr. Francis, let's
now
finally.
you asked the question, what actually defines me?
Yeah.
Of course, I would go for the word victory. Victory is what defines me and not the struggle, because who am I? Just what defines me is the ability of me responding to that and responding to the thing entrusted to me and seeing that they are productive. That is actually what defines me. And like in the course of my explanation, I said every man would want to be seen and as identified as a
Odogu.
as you are. So I cannot afford to allow my status to be affected. I don't know if I'm right in that.
Mm.
Now, I always want to maintain my status. I always want to see that my position as a leader is maintained and is achieved.
So the victories that defines a man, no matter the struggle you're going through today, you will come out from there. Those struggles is not who you are, but that victory at the end of it all will define the Odogu, the lion that you are. This life is full of struggles and ups and downs, but you will come out from it. Mr. Uyi, finally, the struggles and victories.
The victories.
What defines a man? What defines a man?
I will take it like a quality. Quality, your personal opinion. What you really want
In life.
Yeah.
Mr. Uyi, I like that. That is, if you don't want anything in life, your failure defines you.
Yes. So you have to prevent, you have to protect that area.
That area.
The opinion.
What is
your
your
opinion in the house matters? So this is what I want my house to be. It will remain like that. Or we share.
And also, sir, sorry for cutting you. Just a word. Even your opinion is what you want in the house.
It's not the boat. No, I'm
And
not just
also,
saying because it asks.
sorry, sir.
Okay.
And now I also want to
ask. I'm not saying the woman also have opinion. If I shouldn't be rude.
Okay,
if
you've
it comes
corrected
to
it.
that.
You've corrected
No,
it.
it asked me what makes me a man of the house.
The victories or
The victory, that is
all the troubles.
The qualities, your qualities. What can you afford? What makes you a man? What makes the kid to look at you? This is my father. You know,
To be a man is not a day job, but that is why some people ran and became.
it's not easy, bro.
It's not easy.
Even those that went to the
They are still struggling to
become victorious.
because this is not. It's not easy to be a man. No, some people run and they say, "I'm not a man again. I want to become a woman." Because to be a man, it's not easy. It's been so awesome today. I really appreciate you guys for coming. It's been hot. Like, this struggle is not who you are, but the victory that Christ got on the cross is for you.
By His grace,
And
you, a
you-
good woman,
And you will be
It's by the
victorious.
grace.
Yes.
and you need to also be committed.
Be
You know that
committed.
commitment to
Yeah.
God. And if you are getting married to anybody, that person must also be closer
To God.
to God.
Of course.
Yes.
It's not the fake
Wow,
one.
wow.
We know the fake one.
Thank you
By the
very
time they come
much.
to the house, they will
Thank you.
change.
Thank you very
You
much.
must be committed. You
All
must
right,
be committed.
gentlemen, our time is up, and I really want to appreciate every one of you who have taken
Thank
your
you
time
very
to watch us. You've watched us in October edition, November edition. We are sorry in December we couldn't air because of some circumstances beyond our control, but thank you for watching, sitting down with your family. Please drop comments and questions. We'll be there to answer you. If you want prayers, the church, the pastor's number is right there for your prayer requests. You will join in prayer, or you can join us our Sunday service at 10 a.m. in the morning at New Life Assembly Avila. And you can follow us on Instagram, on YouTube, and on Facebook at New Life Assembly Turkey. You can drop your comments there, and also prayer requests. And we believe that as we join your faith, as we join our faith with your faith, God will give you that victory you so desire. We know the man's life, it's not really easy, but with Christ, with the strength of God, it will be easy. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much. Till we come your way again next month, same time, same station. Have a wonderful 2024, and God bless you and bless your homes. Thank you very much.